honored today to introduce you to Chelsea Foley, who is a team member with Stronger Than Strong. So this team has been participating in Light Night St. John's since 2018. And I got to know two other team members, Wanda and Irene, who started walking in memory of their father and husband, George. And they are just such a lovely family. So last year in the spring of 2020, I reached out to Wanda to see how she was doing. And she told me that her granddaughter, Abigail, had just been diagnosed with leukemia. And I can't tell you how deeply it touched me to know that this little girl who carried a gold lantern at Light the Night for 2 years in memory of her great grandfather was now battling blood cancer herself. So Chelsea is going to tell you more about the incredibly strong and courageous Abigail, and very cute, and how the community has rallied to support both family in the fundraising events that are dear to them, one of them being Light Night. So I will pass it over to you. Welcome, Chelsea.
Hi. So I'm Chelsea Foley, and I'm with Team Strong and Strong in St. John's, Newfoundland. And I only started doing this walk last year because of my little best friend, Abigail. But Stacy and her family have been doing it for years because of her grandfather, George Murphy. You can switch to the next slide. Yeah. So this is our why. So Stacy and them started the walk in honor of their grandfather. And I didn't get the pleasure of knowing him, but he was a well-loved community member, and he was a local artist, and he was well respected within the community. So I know that he meant a lot to Stacy, and that was really important to her to participate. And then her daughter, Miss Abigail, she was diagnosed in May of 2020. And bear with me because she's my best friend, so I'm a little bit emotional sometimes about her. But this little cutie, she is the definition of stronger than strong. She is constantly surprising us with how strong she is. She's stronger than any of us when it comes to what she's going through. So she's definitely an inspiration to me and a reason that I participated last year. Right now, obviously, her mother would have preferred to be here, but right now Abigail is in the hospital with a blood infection. So she's at the hospital taking care of her. So I took care of this for her. You can move to the next slide. So this is Abigail and her family participating for her great grandfather George in the years before I joined the team. So the next one. So we reached out to everybody that we could. Obviously, we knew that COVID was going to make this a little difficult and a little bit different than previous years. But one of our really good friends, Sandra, she knows the owners of Piatto Pizzeria, and they participate in a lot of different charities and events throughout the year. So we reached out to them, and they were completely on board for doing an Abigail pizza. So Abby actually got to go to the pizzeria and make her own pizza however she wanted to make it. And it was featured on our two new local news stations, and $2 from every pizza that was sold was given to Team Strong and Strong for our Light the Night walk. So there was this one, but also there was a Sugar Mama's Bakery. So we had a bakery come on board with us as well, and they did cookies and sold them, and all of the money went to us as well. We did a ribbon campaign. So we had paper ribbons, we used a Cricut and cut out paper ribbons, and a couple of local businesses, including Stacy's grandmother's store downtown St. John's, sell the ribbons, and people put their names and wishes on them and put them in the storefront windows. So Abby has her own little Instagram, so she gets to share about all of the stuff that we're doing, and you can see her here down at her nan's shop. And the next one was the biggest one we did. So I don't know whose idea this was, but I think it might have been mine and Stacy's. We reached out to all our friends, all the local businesses that we knew, places we knew that people worked, anything like that. And we reached out for gift cards. So we ended up with 5 prizes that were all over $600 each. And we sold 1,000 tickets in less than 5 days. So we printed 1,000 tickets thinking, okay, that's all we're going to need. Like, this is too much to even take on. This is crazy. And less than 5 days later, we had sold out all the tickets and had to write them all out. So you can see Abby there with her prizes. Those are actually all the prizes individually. So people were so excited to win these prizes. They included everything from a night at hotels, restaurants, clothing stores, our friends who are tattoo artists, all of that. So it was pretty amazing to see that come to light. And if we had thought of it, we would have printed more tickets because it was unreal how quickly they sold out. We ended up raising $3,300 with the gift card tree. So that was our biggest thing we took on. Next slide. So our social media was a really big thing for us during COVID. This little graphic here is done by a local artist and one of our really good friends, Megan McNeil. So we use this, all of our groups of friends kind of had this as their cover photos on Facebook and stuff like that, and our Team Abigail page where Stacy shares Abby's story, kind of to keep all of us up to date about Abby, but also to help other people who are going through this. We also reached out, we knew that we wanted to have our own little event. We reached out to people for Christmas lights so that we could light up Stacy's mom's backyard for our event. So that was awesome because our community came together to give us lights and stuff like that for us. And next was local media as well. We had, first Abby was on the news because of her birthday wish. So her birthday's in June. So her birthday wish was that everyone donated blood instead of presents. She didn't want any presents. She wanted people to go donate blood. So she was on local news for that. And that kind of brought attention to her. And then when the pizza fundraiser happened, she was on our local news station again. So that was really nice. That brought attention to what we were doing. So people all over St. John's, Mount Pearl were all buying these pizzas and having special pizza nights so that they could donate to Abigail. And next. So this is her right now. She is, I can't even begin to describe how strong she is because, sorry. She is so kind. She wants to help everyone, including me. She's like, are you gonna cry, Aunt Chelsea? You're okay. So she is definitely someone to look up to for sure. And I think she's gonna be a great leader for things like this in the future. Okay. And last but not least, I think we had in the next slide, yeah, some pictures from our Night the Light event last year. So this was some of our family members, and that's actually my brother's dog, and she was part of Team Abigail as well. And we had a check presentation from Piatto that night, and that was $1,100 from our pizza campaign. So last year we were hoping to raise $1,000, and instead we raised $6,050. So that was amazing, and we couldn't have asked for anything else. This year we're going to try to up that, so we shall see. And there we go. So she gets anything she wants now, so that's something we'll have to deal with in the future. But she picked out a blue wig recently, and that's what she wanted to wear. So I think if anything that this last year and a half has taught me is that life can be really unfair, but if we could all look at life like Abigail does, then we'd all be a lot happier.